rAskAstrologers debates if Mars opposition to Pluto is sign of society's collapse. Source: don't think enough people are talking about the controversial highlights.
Fear-mongering needs to stop.
Transits happen all the time. I'm sure Pluto aspected your natal Mars at some point without you even knowing it.
Pluto was conjunct my Mars for 5 years straight, 2013, 2018, and actually while there were challenges, I was safe and life progressed.
Had both of my kids easy pregnancy and birth, lost weight with diet and exercise, bought and renovated 2 homes, become more financially stable.
The worst thing I can say is that there were power struggles with my husband's family towards me, and I also cut off my own family for my own good.
Y'all need to seriously chill. There's a difference between peddling fear and being reasonably informed.
Look around the world and tell me shit hasn't gone awry.
Aquarius is my 8th as a Cancer rising. Moon and Venus all in Cancer.
I've been so attracted to guy whose Saturn and Moon are in Aquarius.
Now with Pluto there as well, I'm wondering if he will feel anything for me. My Mars and Saturn are in Leo. Girl, wrong thread. Not really, I figured Mars opposition Pluto and I'll be having that once Pluto moves into Aquarius, so... You talking relationship astrology? The thread talking potential societal collapse? She's got the right idea while the rest of you are too engaged in matters out of your control, and also which will have very little effect on you at the end of it all. The Arc Draken 1939 is definitely an eye-opener.
W2 officially started on September 1st, 1939, when Nazi Germany invaded Poland. I was born during Mars opposition Pluto in June 1994. I don't think anything very special happened then, in spite of the nodes being so close to Mars and Pluto, Taurus, and Scorpio. I checked, and overall there were a lot of tragedies that month, but the opposition was tighter towards the end of the month.
That was also when the O.J. Simpson chase happened.
Yeah, I was born at the end of June, the day after the opposition went exact, when Mars was on Algol. OJ's thing was weeks before the opposition.
What kind of tragedies?
Rwanda was already in civil war before then. There was a gas attack in Japan, which was big but not mass scale, and a storm in Florida.
But none of these casualties sound any worse than anything that's happened before or after the opposition.
Edit, isn't OJ's arrest, etc. also technically not a tragedy?
I was just going by what is on that site. There are a lot of historical events at least that seem connected.
Although I think considering the Pluto cycle, we should also consider when Mars was SQ and conjunct Pluto too. Because although some of the things that happened didn't seem large scale, they may be very important to the whole story.
The CEO getting taken out happened to be around Mars going retro in Leo.
And since he stays in retro until February, I expect more bouts of angry frustration while in Leo.
So many car accidents, more than usual.
You are terribly missing the point. This transit, just like any other, is not and cannot be universal. Therefore, it is much more important to make a distinction for whom this transit will really bring some changes, and for whom it will have a very mild, almost negligible influence.
This is the first step in astrology interpretation.
The biggest mistake of wannabe astrologers is that they try to give equal importance to all aspects, ignoring to what extent which of the mentioned planets creating the transit is personal and important to the natis.
I think they mean mundane astrology, not natal astrology.
This aspect repeats itself every 2 years. There is no need to dramatize aspects that are relatively frequent. We will consider this only if this aspect is personal, for the chart where this opposition activates other personal positions. Only. In that case, it makes some sense to consider it.